The deadliest pilot in World War I wasn't killed by a pilot. Manfred von Richthofen, the Red Baron, 80 victories, a sky painted red with fear. Allied pilots didn't just fight him, many avoided him. Because if you saw a red aircraft in the distance, you already knew what was coming. But his final moments didn't happen in a legendary dogfight. They happened low, slow, and surrounded. And over 100 years later, no one agrees who pulled the trigger. He wasn't born a pilot. He was a hunter. Raised in Prussian nobility, he grew up riding horses, shooting rifles, and stalking game. Precision, patience, control. When war began in 1914, he joined the cavalry. But the modern battlefield had no place for horses. Machine guns turned open ground into a graveyard. So in 1915, he looked up. At first, he struggled. He even crashed his first solo flight. Then he met Oswald Boelcke. Boelcke changed everything. Don't dogfight. Hunt. Stay above. Stay unseen. Strike at the right moment. On September 17, 1916, his first kill. He closed in so tightly, he feared collision. Then the enemy propeller stopped, and something clicked. He didn't aim for the plane, he aimed for the pilot. The kills came fast. 10, 20, 40. But unlike other pilots, he wasn't chaotic in combat. He was calm, controlled, precise. And for every victory, he kept a small silver cup, commissioned from a Berlin jeweler, engraved with the date and aircraft type. A quiet record of destruction. Even his enemies respected him, not for mercy, but for how cleanly he fought. A professional hunter in a war of machines. Then he made himself impossible to ignore. He painted his aircraft blood red. A Fokker Dr.I triplane. 3 wings stacked for extreme climb and agility. Twin Spandau machine guns sat in front of him, synchronized to fire through the spinning propeller. A fragile machine of wood and canvas turned into a visible warning in the sky. By 1917, he led the flying Circus. Bright aircraft, constant movement, total control of the air war. During Bloody April, British losses were catastrophic. Richthofen alone shot down 21 aircraft in a single month. To the Allies, he was a demon in the sky. To Germany, a national hero. High command used him as propaganda, proof that Germany still ruled the air. But even legends break. In July 1917, a bullet shattered his skull during combat. He went blind, lost control, nearly died. Somehow, he landed, alive, but not unchanged. Headaches, nausea, mood shifts. His writings grew colder, less romantic, more mechanical. Doctors urged him to stop flying. He refused. To him, quitting would be betrayal. So he returned to the sky, now flying the aircraft that would define him. And despite everything, he reached 80 victories, a number unmatched in his war. Then came April 21st, 1918. A routine patrol over the Somme Valley. A chase began. A young, inexperienced pilot, Wilfred May, an easy kill. But this time, something changed. He broke his own rule. Too low, too far, too deep into enemy territory, too focused on the kill. Behind him, Arthur Roy Brown diving in from above. Below him, Australian machine gunners waiting in the mud, a trap closing from both directions. Gunfire erupted. One .303 bullet struck his chest. His plane didn't explode. It simply drifted downward, almost gently, landing in a beet field behind Allied lines. When soldiers reached the wreckage, he was still strapped in the cockpit. Dead, 25 years old. The most feared pilot in the war was gone, not in a heroic duel, but from a single moment of miscalculation. But the story didn't end there. It became a mystery. The kill was officially credited to Arthur Roy Brown, the pilot chasing him from above. But the wound told another story. The bullet's path suggested it came from below, from the ground. Possibly a gunner like Cedric Popkin, or another soldier in the field. Multiple men claimed the shot. No final answer was ever proven. The Allies buried their greatest enemy with full military honors. 6 Allied officers carried his coffin. A wreath was placed on his grave, to our gallant and worthy foe. Because even in war, defined by destruction, some men earned respect on both sides. Across World War I, even the most elite Allied and German aces struggled to break 30 or 40 victories. Richthofen stood alone at the top, with 80 confirmed victories. And over a century later, the question still remains. Was the Red Baron killed by a rival in the sky, or by a single lucky shot from the ground?